Well, thank you very much. Let me just simply say that it is an honor to share this stage with you. I don't know about you, it's the first time I've ever addressed a congregation from... And I think I just may speak for about 3 hours. The reason that I just wanted to take the mic first is that I first of all, I want to very much acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of Anishnabe people. I think that's very... I also want to talk just a little bit about the Grey Bruce Community Foundation and about community foundations. I'd like to say to you, thank you for your words. I very much enjoyed them. I also noticed that you recognize the elders. I'm not sure you had to say that I'm a draw for the older people, but I just want to say to you that I first really learned about community foundations some 20 years ago. And it is not a coincidence that you are celebrating the 20th anniversary, so I would like to congratulate you. I want to congratulate Lila and Owen Jackson and Verona. I think that we all know Verona and Ovid and I are very old friends. And the last thing my wife Sheila said to me as I left, Paul, she said, "Give Verona a kiss for me." She didn't say anything about you, Ovid. I'm not quite sure. But I would simply say to you two things. One is that philanthropy is incredibly important. It would be virtually impossible in this country for us to deal with the social problems that we have if it were not for philanthropy. But within the wider spectrum, or even there of philanthropy, community foundations play a particular role. And that role is that it is impossible, no matter how much money is made available, for whatever problem exists, to replace a local community with their desire, their strength of will, and their understanding of their own community when that community decides to take itself in hand. And so tonight, we are here on behalf of the Grey Bruce Foundation. The Grey Bruce Foundation has had a huge impact on this community, as have other community foundations. And if what you're looking for is how should you impact your country in terms of the issues that you believe are important, there can be very few ways as significant, as effective as community foundations. And so I say that, thanks to you, ma'am, and the fact that we are here having this discussion tonight. And look, this is a packed hall, and I've got to tell you something. I don't draw packed halls much anymore. So there's got to be something else that is bringing us here. And it really is, I think, your recognition about community foundations. One last thing. How did I know about community foundations? One day, those of you who have been in the House of Commons know that behind the curtains of the Commons itself are the lobbies where the members of Parliament, depending on the political parties, talk. And as I mentioned, Ovid and I are very old friends. And one day I went behind the curtains and was walking there, and there was Ovid with about 15 or 20 members of Parliament. And he was in the process of essentially proselytizing. He was talking about community foundations. And he was explaining it to them. And they were no more knowledgeable, certainly, than I was at that time. And he was basically saying why this is the kind of thing that should be in every community, and he was really selling it. And he was doing a tremendous job. So I sat down, and at that point, he just said, let me tell you why community foundations are so important. At that point, somebody came to get me, and I had to leave. So I left for about 10 minutes, and I came back, and Ovid had finished. So I looked at him, and I guess I'd been Minister of Finance for about 3 years at that point, and I said to him, well, look at Ovid, I didn't hear why community foundations are so important. Why are they so important? To which he said in front of everybody, because finance ministers are so miserable. And with that, I turn it back to you just to simply say, I am delighted to be here.